missing out on this for that long? I haven't driven the GT350R in forever. I forgot how good this car actually sounds. That was only 6,000 RPM. We have so much more to go. So much more to go. Let's do that again, shall we? Climbing, it just keeps going. I can't believe how insane this car is. I really can't. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day, because I definitely am. This is so raw. If you want to wake yourself up and have a terrific day, you get inside of a GT350R or a 350. But I think the resonator delete on this vehicle brings it to an entirely new level. It has a big bump right there. It's funny because this car is so stiff, it really exaggerates all the tiny bumps in the road, which at the same time makes it feel more like a race car. It feels like what the R represents, the ethos behind it. You can just see how desolate this entire mountain is. There's been so many fires lately that this is a result. I mean, it looks completely different out here. Wow. The beauty of living in California is that I have to say, even though it is extremely expensive and there's so many people, the roads out here are honestly amazing. Look in front of us. We are 5,000 feet up. There's a gigantic mountain right in front of us. There's a desert that way. The beach is behind us. It's so amazing having a car like this out here. We have caught up with Joe and Daniel with his GT350 and AMG GTR. This is a super cool location. So let's get out of the car. I gotta show you this. So right now we are pretty far up Idlewild, and out here, I mean, it's so cool to go from the city, you know, LA area or even next to San Diego, and then coming out here because it's not that far away, these amazing roads. And this is exactly where you have to drive a car like this, honestly. Right, Daniel? How's your GT350 doing?
Oh, it's great, man. Just love the canyons in this thing, man. That's the way it handles, and it's just awesome.
Which one's more fun to drive, do you think? The AMG or the GT for you?
You know what? I'll have to go with the Shelby, honestly.
Yeah?
Honestly, because it's just a better handling car. I mean, the AMGs are amazing in just long distance driving, but in the canyons, like, the Shelby all the way.
The one thing that I really do notice with this car is that it's so raw.
No, it is.
Like, for a modern car.
You feel very connected for it. Like,
yeah, driving it, there's nothing like it. With manual transmission, it's addicting.
Awesome. Thank God I learned manual, because I would not be able to experience it.
Yeah, well, what car did you learn off of? You learned off a GT350? What was that experience like? Oh my gosh.
Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to go even the car now. So.
Yeah, but hey guys, I have some super crazy news I want to share with all of you. We are making moves, major moves. Now, I'm not sure if you saw a video I posted a few months back shopping for a supercar, but I wasn't kidding around about that. We are doing it. I got so many messages asking me, hey, what is the game plan since you sold the GT500 track pack? That car was amazing, and it was amazing for the racetrack. It was the fastest car that I've ever owned. However, the attributes of that car, it just wasn't very cost effective for me to own. That being, it is on the heavier side. It weighs 4,000 pounds, and compared to the GT350s over here, these are about 500 pounds less. So what happens with that is that the lighter weight vehicles translate to better consumables and tire wear. So when it comes to tracking, like let's say a GT350, it's not as expensive as a 500. Tracking my track pack, I went through a full set of Cup 2s in one day at Willow Springs Raceway. However, the experience, there's nothing else like it. And I'm really thankful I got that car. It was an amazing experience having it. However, it's just, the car didn't click with me. The 350 clicked, even the normal GT350 clicks. I just want to try something new. And ever since we got the C8 Corvette, I've gotten pretty hooked on mid-engine vehicles. And what's awesome is that even seeing Joe's AMG GTR, this is technically a mid-engine car because the engine, it's not way up here above the front wheels. There he is eating the car. But with the AMG, the engine is pushed behind the front wheels, in between the front and rear axle. So what happens is that this better weight distribution helps for track use. So how long has it been now, Joe? You've had the car for 5 months or so?
Just about.
What is it like driving the GT350 and the AMG? Was the AMG worth the extra money?
Absolutely. So I would say this is two different experience cars. One has a stick shift, one is automatic. I must say one thing about the AMG GTR is that the ride on this car is so magnetic to the road. It's a different experience. But again, the 350 is a beautiful car.
Oh yeah.
It's have a nice sound, very, very rumble, you know, muscly sound. But it's just, this is a different car and different experience. All the money that they put into it, as far as performing mid-engine car, it's awesome. Me personally, this was my car. I don't think I'm gonna get anything else besides that.
To be honest with you, yes, I'm looking at a good mix of exotics. Mainly, I'm trying to go after a track-focused exotic supercar, which is gonna right away jump my lap time game way up high because they're just so fast, honestly. And it's gonna be something entirely new. It's gonna be a whole new world, and I think that I'm ready to try something new. These cars they're amazing. I love the GT350 so much, even the 500. However, like experiencing the C8 Corvette and knowing that there's a whole world out there of exotic vehicles that are super fast and track capable, even American cars too. I'm thinking that even getting like an AMG GTR, it would be such a good track car. Well, you got more power, right? How wide are these Cup 2s? These are approximately 325. So these Cup 2s are wider than the Cup 2s that were on the track pack. I kind of wish that Ford put wider Cup 2s in the track pack because knowing this car weighs so much less and it's got even less power, the grip, the mechanical grip of this car, it must be insane. Hey Joey, mind if you take me out for a spin in this thing?
Sure.
Yeah, sweet. Are these stock floor mats?
Those are actually custom made.
Okay.
So it keeps all the dirt in the car, and it just makes things more neat.
Wow. Oh, I like your seat belts. That's so cool. AMG everything, right? It just feels so different in here. It feels so tight and compact, like the Corvette. Leather everywhere. Yeah, I really do think the thing's so hooked up. I can't imagine the kind of lap time that you can hit with a car like this. It is, I gotta be honest, the GT350s, the American cars, they're fantastic, but when it comes to moving up, this is just a natural progression. So overall then, yeah, I've got a good handful of exotic cars I have in mind for the track. A few McLarens, Lamborghinis, the new Ferrari F8 Tributo, and then I'm looking at possibly an AMG.
Like Hellcat, that it's fast, and then you have an exotic that it's fast. It's something called smooth fast.
Yes.
And rough fast.
Exactly.
These cars are fast, but they're smooth.
If I got inside the Track Pack GT500 and then I was driving, as fast as I can, 10/10s, someone can hop inside relatively any track-focused exotic and they could barely even try, and the car is just smooth fast. Since these cars do cost so much more, I think you're paying for that racing engineering with, like, this car's handmade.
From A to Z, it's handmade, correct.
One thing I do realize about this car is that it feels like a German muscle car, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
With that long hood.
One of my clients saw me one time and asked me, "Is that a Batman car?"
Oh gosh.
It is.
This is a terrific car, dude. I'm super happy for you. This thing is sick.
Love it.
Back inside the GT350R, here's what I'm trying to say. Being a car enthusiast, I've always dreamed about having an exotic supercar. That being either a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a McLaren, even some of the AMGs are just so amazing. I love these American cars. The Mustang is what got me truly hooked on tracking. And there'll never be a car that can replace it for me. Just listen to that. It sounds so good. For what I want to do, getting an exotic, dedicated track car that is purpose-built, engineered for that one purpose is going to be the best decision for me. It honestly is. And it's not just about buying that car for, well, I'm getting an exotic because they look cool. It's nothing about that at all. I'm doing it because I know the potential that those cars have on track. And going to the track is what I love to do. It honestly is. Having the GT500, I had that car for basically a year, and it was super fun for that year, but I'm ready to grow and try something else and move up a level, which these cars, they're going to allow me to do that. The performance of them, they're so high. Put it this way, like the McLaren 600 LT, one of the cars I'm looking at, it weighs 2,900 pounds. 2,900 pounds. That's well over 1,000 pounds lighter than the TrackPack GT500. That's going to translate 1,000%. I got so many comments on my selling the GT500 TrackPack video talking about how, well, going to the track, it's expensive. You should know that. Oh, I do know how expensive it can get, but certain cars accelerate and make going to the track way too expensive, to the point where I can't justify it. The GT350R I can justify, the C8 I can justify. With the TrackPack, since it does weigh so much, that is the main problem I had with the car. And I didn't want to mention this in the video because I love the car so much, but in all reality, it's not, the tires aren't exactly the true cause. I think it's just the platform itself with the overall size and the weight. Mustang, you gotta look at it. The car starts at about $30,000 or so, and it's designed to be your everyday fun street car or sports car. And it's going against cars built on Formula One technology and being built by pure tech companies like McLaren. It's not going to compete. And I know that for that one hot lap, it could probably do it, but after that, the wear is so much that I could not track the car again and expect consistent performance. It may be hard to believe, but buying an exotic like a Lamborghini or a McLaren, since the cars, they weigh so much less, the wear is not such a big factor. It is a big factor, but it's not to the same level. You can enjoy the car, track it way more, get better lap times for a longer period of time. With that in mind, I'm willing to put in that investment to buy that more expensive vehicle. It's a dream for me. I want to better myself as a driver. So I want a car that I can go out there and lap session after session, go 10/10s and get consistent performance so that I can improve myself. Like the C8, for example, the C8 is really what did it for me. I could track that car so much, and it never got worrisome. It was always an experience where I felt like I was improving, I was getting better. Oh, this guy's pulling over. And it was just exciting the entire time. In order for me to get to this level and get to this playing field, I am going to have to sell one more car, and that's going to be the GT350R. You may be wondering, you sold how many cars this year? The Super Snake, the Base 500, also the TrackPack. How do you need to sell another car? Well, we're not just going to be getting any exotic. We're going to be getting one of the best track cars on the market. And I'm talking whether that being a 620R, a 600 LT, a 675 LT, a 720S. I'm even looking at the new STO and also the F8 Tributo Ferrari. I want to go all out. And I am super pumped about it. Selling this one last car is going to get us to be able to completely afford these insanely expensive cars. Selling the R is going to allow me to step up and actually buy one of these $250,000 cars or more. After all these years of tracking the Shelbys and moving my way up all the way to the TrackPack, I think I'm ready to try something else. I look at all these exotic track cars here in California. They look amazing. And it would be a dream come true to be able to have my own that I'll be tracking, and not just tracking it for a few laps, going all out 10/10s on the racetrack with a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or even a high-tech McLaren track car. Would be unbelievable. And I'm actually finally in a position I can do that. We've sold these cars and I have the equity. I can move into, honestly, any track-focused car that is not like a P1 or a Senna, for example, just the affordable supercar market. It's just going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm making this video because I want to ask all of you, which track car do you think we should get? There are so many choices out there, so please let me know in the comment section down below, what car do you think we should get to take to the track and go all out, try to get the fastest lap times possible in? Whether that being a Lamborghini V10 or a Ferrari twin turbocharged V8, or like I mentioned earlier, the 600 LT with vertical exhausts that shoot flames. Think about it. What would that be like? Here's another analogy for you. I'm racing NASCAR right now. I want to move up to Formula One. So if you are interested in getting a GT350R, I will be selling this car. It's going to be for an unbelievable price because I do want to find this car a great home, and I'm excited to try something else. So please reach out to me at thespeedphenom@gmail.com. I'm going to miss this car so much. The GT350R is my favorite car we have. However, I don't feel the urge to track it anymore because I feel like I've done it. I've had this car for 4 years, since 2016. And it's not as fast as a lot of the cars coming out nowadays. So it kind of takes a bit of the fun away. And this is one of those vehicles that if I wasn't doing what I'm doing, I probably would keep forever. But since I'm getting so heavily involved in tracking and trying out these amazing, amazing sports cars and supercars, I feel like it's time for change. I look forward to reading all your comments. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. It really help me out. Also subscribe for much more great videos coming your way. I'll see all of you in the next episode.